Hello, I hope you can take a few minutes to watch this presentation and to fill in the questionnaire, which is going to be on the comments section below it. Phase one of the project was focused on the restoration of the tower, all the crumbling stonework, and we're very grateful for all of the help and support that we had from the community to help us with completing that work. We've now entered phase two of the building project, which has got two aims. The first is to preserve the integrity of the building, to make sure we can complete the rest of the repairs that are needed on the high-level stonework. And the second is to make sure that we develop the building so that it can actually meet the current and future needs of the church and the wider community of our growing village. The first aim of this phase two project is to make sure that we preserve the building itself. As you can see from the pictures, there's a fair number of stones that are crumbling and are badly eroded, and so one of the key things we need to sort out quickly is being able to restore the high-level stonework of the church to keep the building safe and watertight. Funding for a project like this will come from the National Lottery Heritage Fund, and they have a number of criteria that we need to meet, which means we have to look imaginatively at how we could use the building in other ways to engage more people in heritage and also to make it of wider use by more people within our community. The second aim of this project breaks into two parts. How do we develop the church building and the inside of the church that would better meet the current needs and the future needs of both the church as the first part and of the wider community as the second part. So thinking first about the church, everybody knows, yes, you have services in church, and yes, we have baptisms, weddings and funerals within the church, and anybody who lives in the area qualifies to be able to be baptized, married, or have their funeral within the church. But there are so many more things that we do. There's a massive range of activities and clubs and services that we run for children and toddlers and families and youth, and a range of things we do with the schools at different points. There's a whole range of things we also do for adults in terms of discussion groups where people can explore and learn together and actually grow together, learning to support each other in community, and also courses that we run, whether that's things like relationships courses, parenting courses that we do in conjunction with Mothers Union, courses on managing stress and building resilience, a new course that's coming up in January called Difference that looks at how do we better manage conflict and tensions within families, within community, in the work, and those difficult relationships that we sometimes have. So a range of different courses and things aimed at helping and equipping and working with and building support for adults within the community too. And on top of that, there are key practical services that we offer as a way of helping people. So the Meet and Eat Lunch Club is a club for older folk that want to gather, chance to meet with others, to have conversation, a good meal together. The Food Bank looks to meet people in crisis, to meet their needs, and to make sure we can help people out when things go wrong, as at times they do for everybody. The community action projects that we run, in particular the GIFT program, which has got a whole range of projects within it, whether it's furniture recycling, a baby bank, house to home type projects, different types of support that we give to people when they're in need, and also ongoing counselling and support, which falls within that same bracket, practical ways that we support people. And then there's things we do which help to try and bring community together. Many different events across the village, and in large and small sizes, and some of them on a different scale, all designed to help bring people together, to strengthen old friendships, to build new ones, and to help make our community together stronger. But in order to do this wide range of different activities, we find ourselves borrowing or renting many different venues around the area, including having to borrow people's homes for different types of events or counselling spaces, because we just don't have the right facilities in the church building. So if you're going to bring these activities into the church, there's a number of things we need to be looking to do differently to the inside of the church to make it the right facility for being able to cope with the things we want to do now, let alone the things that we'd like to be able to do in the future. So those are the needs of the church, but what about the needs of our village, of our community, and how can we better support those now and in the future? And so having a look ahead and understanding those needs are a key part of the reason for this video and for the survey we're going to ask you to complete. Bearing in mind then the needs of the church and the community now and in the future, what might that mean for how we might need to develop the interior of the church? Well, there's a whole list of things that might including better toilet facilities, proper heating so that we can use the church properly throughout the year, better kitchen facilities, flexible space, and a range of other ideas. And a lot will depend what also comes back from this survey. Things are in an early stage, but we have employed an architect to help us do a space audit to make sure we've considered the numbers of people, the equipment required, the space that's needed for all the activities we would like to bring in-house. And he has also come up with some concepts for us to consider different layouts of how we might meet those requirements. And some of those are on display in the church. We're asking people if they would spend a few minutes filling in the questionnaire, and there's a link to it at the bottom of this video on the comments below. And that will just help us to get a better picture of the breadth of needs of our community, help us to design our program for the future in the development of the building to meet those needs, and that will help us to ensure that we can preserve the integrity of the building as a legacy for generations to come and have a facility that will be of great service to church and community. Thank you for listening.